All right, and I am back for video number 8, which will be 8 minutes long. At this point, I'm going to be honest, I'm really looking forward to this little challenge here over these 10 days being done. It's been a lot of fun. I definitely have grown in my ability to speak to a camera, but it's starting to be a chore every day having to do this. And I think these last couple videos are really going to challenge me. 10 minutes is really a long time I need to be talking to a camera. I know I say that every single time I do this, but I really need to be comfortable at this point speaking to a camera. And I think in this video, I really want to focus on speaking slowly, not saying so much. I watched my past couple of videos, and I tend to say a lot in between my thoughts, in between different things that I say. So I'm really trying to focus on not doing that and just being comfortable with the pauses as I shift between thoughts and think about what I'm going to say next. And I'm already struggling not saying in between all those things, but something I need to work on. I know I talked about in this project, I really want to just let myself talk and not worry too much about what I say or how I say it, which I think was an important thing to do very early on. But at this point, we're getting to video 10. I really need to start, I think, refining how I do this and just really focus on speaking better to a camera. And I was thinking about what I'm going to talk about in this video, and I realized that in my last video, I didn't really finish my thoughts of what I was saying about college. So I just want to kind of continue what I was rambling about last time. And what I want to say, I think when I was talking about my time in college, what I got out of college, I definitely learned a lot in college. I learned a lot of really cool stuff. But I think what I really took away from those years of college wasn't necessarily what I learned. I definitely learned a lot more, I think, about just being more of an independent person, learning a lot about people. I feel like when I was younger, like in high school, I was kind of a shy person. I didn't really have that many friends. So when I got to college, I was interacting with a lot more people. I was involved in different organizations and clubs and, working on campus. So that was really the first time in my life where I was really just out there in the world, just meeting new people, really finding myself. I think that's more what I want to say. I really found myself, I think, during those college years more than I learned stuff. I definitely feel like I to some degree lacked direction in college. I was a communications major, but I really didn't do anything with that. I never had internships. I never really did anything to expand myself or expand my possibilities of what I could do in that field after college. During college, during my summers in between college, I did a lot of traveling, which I think a lot of people in college they spend those summer months either working a job somewhere, doing an internship, focusing on building the career after college of what they're studying in college. And I didn't really do that. I kind of just took that time to travel. I spent one summer, my first summer of college, I spent the summer working at a dude ranch in Wyoming. So nothing that had to do with a communications major, but I think that goes back to during that era of my life, I really focused on just finding myself. And I did a lot of things that interest me. I just tried to have as many new experiences as I could those years that I was in college. I think that's what I really took out of those years of my life the most. But I think, going to college, I definitely got stuff out of college itself. I think it taught me how to work towards something. I was a good student for the most part in high school. I was pretty average, but I don't think I was really challenged that much. But I think in college I was challenged a little more in the fact that there wasn't this structure around it. Like it wasn't like I feel like they kind of baby you in high school and throughout school, but in college you're kind of on your own to find your own studying methods, and I definitely had to do that in college, even though I don't think academics was the most important thing I took out of those years of my life. And we're only halfway through this. What am I going to say? But yeah, I think, all right, I'm focusing on just collecting my thoughts, thinking about what I'm going to say next instead of saying. But I think the era of college, that time period, I think kind of continued after college for me. Because I think after college, the year after, I kind of continued to work kind of part time odd jobs like I was doing during college. And I did quite a bit of traveling during those years. I did two big trips to Europe, um, and I did a big trip all around the United States. Well, I did two trips, and I did one trip out west with a friend of mine, and then I did another trip, um, big road trip around the U.S. on my own. So I feel like that era of kind of finding myself, just exploring, having new experiences, continued in the several years after college as well. And I feel like that kind of, not that it came back to bite me, but I definitely, in the years after college, when I was working kind of odd part time jobs, I really think struggled finding something permanent because I lacked that direction in college. I didn't have like a career that I was all ready to go into when I finished college. So it definitely took me a while, I think, to find, find my place in the world where I wanted to work. So I think that's also kind of why I spent a lot of time kind of traveling and kind of figuring myself out after college as well. But I mean, I definitely eventually I found a steady full time job working 9 to 5 where I am now, and nothing to do with my communications degree at all. But I think it was important for me to have those couple years where I didn't really have a plan or direction, where I kind of figured out who I was as a person. So we're coming up on 7 minutes. We have 1 minute to go. Yeah, I was right. These last couple of videos are going to be hard. I don't know what I'm going to do for 10 minutes. It's a long time. I need to talk. But I'm going to power through it. Yeah, so in this video, I was talking about kind of continuing the conversation of what I got out of college and how that kind of continued into the years after college. I think in the next video I do tomorrow, well, I guess I can just start talking about that now since I kind of ran out of things to say here. But next video tomorrow, I want to talk about what I got out of all that traveling I did in the years after college, because that was a big part of my life. Traveling different places around the world and around the country. That definitely, I think, shaped who I was, as I was saying before, much more than college did. So for tomorrow's video, for 9 minutes, wow, that's a long time, I'm going to talk about traveling and kind of what I got out of that. And here we are at 8 minutes. We made it somehow. We'll see you tomorrow for 9 minutes. Bye.